Hello folks, this is Hidden Numismatist back at you with another video on my channel. I hope that all of you are doing well wherever you are in this beautiful world, and I wanted to bring to you another one of my Dansco videos and talk to you about these beautiful large scents are one of my favorites. You know, there's other people in our awesome community like Ringmaster Ray, my brother Ray, love large scents, and I love that, definitely large scents. So I wanted to bring these to you, show you my loose ones, and then I got one slabbed one. And we'll talk about these beautiful coins and go from there. This is Dansco's stock album for large scents, and this is their 7099 from the Dansco Corporation. Their large scents album that went from 1793 to 1857. So let's get started. I'd like to capture this informational page for all of you. All minted in Philadelphia, so we don't have to worry about mint marks, right? Those of you that don't care for mint marks or just do a type set or year set or whatever. With large scents, the beauty of it is they were all minted in mother mint. We have different types. We have the Liberty Cap, the Draped Bust, the Young Head, the Coronet. And that's the beauty of a nice album and a series like this from our country, is all the different varieties that you can get. Many types and varieties developed from the production. Some major are the Flowing Hair, the Liberty Cap, the Draped Bust, the Classic Head, the Coronet, the Young Head. And the obverse is a general representation of Miss Liberty. And then the weight and the size have changed throughout the years. These are important U.S. coins. These are our early coins for large cents. These are considered early coppers by early American copper aficionados. And as you can see, my brothers and sisters, let me grab a piece of paper here. One moment. Sorry for my reach. I'm going to put this over because these coins are so dark and beautiful that we know what we have and don't have. So, Flowing Hair, right? These two are pieces that every collector wants. I don't have these. Or they would be, in my book, preferably slabbed, because such early U.S. coinage needs to be in a slab. We have the Flowing Hair. And then we did the Liberty Cap. And both of these are considered the Flowing Hair. You have the chain reverse and the wreath reverse. And Liberty Cap then went from 1793 to 1796. I like to add my own little labels so that I know when one series begins and another ends within a unique series. There's a 1794. And these are tough. I mean, I'm down, like I said, to the, I don't know if I mentioned it yet, to the very tough ones. And I'm sorry that they're so dark, but, you know, we have to take it. These are all copper, and these ladies are all dark and beautiful. We love our dark ladies, so we love and respect them. 1796 to 1807 was Draped Bust. This is a very tough one. I'm down to the very tough ones. And went to Early American Coppers last summer. They had their yearly conference and coin show. And on the Bourse floor were at least 2 dealers that specialize in early coppers. And I wrote them too a big check, but still, you know, I'm lacking a few, and I do apologize when they rotate in the port like that, because the coin is a little bit tad smaller than the port itself. This is a very tough one, the 1804. Everybody wants that one. Everybody wants a chain and a wreath reverse for sure. I know my brother Ringmaster Ray has this album. At a minimum, I'm sure my brother Ashes has a large scent album. And those of you that are doing this album, let me know where you stand in your journey on this beautiful series. Because like I said, these are important to our nation's history. 1806. And like I said, I try, as I do all my Danscos, I try to keep them all basically the same relative grade across the board. Then Classic Head went from 1808 to 1814. But overall, it's developing to be an okay set. I mean, it's nothing really to write home about in any stretch of the imagination, because there are diehard early copper collectors that specialize just in early coppers, colonials, half cents, large cents. So my set is very premature relative to some collections that I've seen. And this is where I like this design. The Liberty Head design is one of my favorites. I mean, I do love the Classic Head, of course, too, but Liberty Head starting in 1816 is, and that's a very, very long subseries. It's a small date. And there's meaning to my madness. All of you know by now that watch my channel, my videos regularly, what I mean by small date, because you know what's coming up later on. Hint, hint from yours truly, Hidden Numismatist. So, if you capture any of these in your coin shop, in your area, let me know, please. As this album, I'd like to see it done. Of course I would. But I think this is much more doable to finish than some of the other early Dansco series U.S. coins. There's many Sheldon and Cohen varieties, Newcomb varieties within the large cents. And I'm not doing a Cohen and a Newcomb large cent variety album. I'm not doing that. But whatever my Dansco calls for is what I try to, I filled it. I mean, these are all the nomenclature meets it. I mean, this is the large letters, that's the medium letters. Got that all down straight because I got my references down pat. And before I spend money on a coin, I know the coin, Buy the book before you buy the coin, as they say. And I love the subtle varieties, as I've stated several times in my channel. How beautiful and how cool it is to have varieties. And any of you that want help on, distinguishing large versus medium, please let me know, and I'll push over the references that I have used while doing this set. I'll be more than happy to help my numismatic brothers and sisters, and I got reference books that I can recommend to you as well that are part of my numismatic library. I love that wreath. That's beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous hot coins, man. Beautiful coins. Now, coming up here, brothers and sisters, this is important. I racked my brain, and I've had 2 Jedis confirm that Dansco made a typo. Okay, now look at all these 1834 varieties. All right, my friends? That's the normal. You can put any 34 in there. And then here we go with all these awesome varieties. There is no such thing as a small 8 and stars medium letters. This coin does not exist. And I've had numismatists confirm that. I mean, like I said, 2 dealers, and one of them easily I would consider a Jedi. And he says, they're straight tripping. Dansco screwed up. So I put that in a yellow post-it note so I know, as a reminder, not to bust my hump looking for it. Plain chord, small letters. These are so cool. Head of 38. It's not, that one, this variety is not tough. You just don't see it, and they're all messed up. But I think I put a fairly decent example in my Dansco for that. Glad to get that one. This is also not really a typo. In 1839, the normal date, it's actually 9/6. So it's technically not a normal date. You know what I mean? One of my favorite dealers at Early American Coppers, I said, you know, he was past president of Early American Coppers, and he corrected me. He goes, son, actually, that's a 9/6. I said, would you put that in my Dansco for me, please? He grabbed one of his pens, and that's his handwriting. And I know exactly who it is, so that's really cool. Beaded cord, silly head, booby head. These are so cool. And these can be a little bit tricky if you don't know large cents. I'm gonna tell you what, that booby head and the silly head, they can trip you up. They'll make you feel stupid for a day trying to understand it, but after a while you do get it. So I have this series down pretty well pat, you know, memorized. And it's just a matter of, you know, finding ones that I'm lacking. But that's part of the fun. I'll be going to a fairly large coin show in April. And I always have my checklist with me. Petite head, large, I see large date, small date. The 39s, man, just alone. Goodness gracious. I find it for once, man. That is so cool. And then 1840 gets all stupid. Look at all that. Mature head, petite head. Small letters petite, large letters petite. This was cool. It's not a tough one, but I wanted a good, decent one, because you don't want, you know, a good in here. You want to be able to appreciate and enjoy and see the error. So for that grade, it was a little money, but like I said, it's not a tough coin. It's just, they circulated so much, it's hard to find some of these that really look good. You can see this was cleaned long ago, my small date. These cool, awesome varieties in 1846. Oh, man. It's a beautiful example of a large cent. I have some nice examples of large cents in my Dansco 7070 United States type set. And I made some changes and improvements on that, so I should bring that video to you in an upgrade video. Wow, one complete page. Haha. Never noticed that. So. Boom. Let's do this one. This is cool. Love that variety. I apologize, my friends, when they rotate like that. This is a cool, yeah, I talked about that one. That's cool. That's a neat error. These are very easy. The upright and slanting. Some numismatists get scared out of their mind on the uprights. I said, no, that's cake. Knob on ear. That's a cool variety. I wanted a good example of the knob on ear. Right there. Boom. And this one doesn't have it, obviously. Yeah, no knob on that one. And here are the 6s again. 56. I do want to get a proof large cent one day. And maybe one day I'll find the right price and be able to get that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay. This is when the series technically ends. The small date. This was tough. The small date. Especially the small date, because it's the end of the series. When the Flying Eagle kicked in. That was a tough one. That's a key. And now, you know me, I put my varieties. My miscellaneous Cohen and Sheldon and Newcomb varieties that Dansco doesn't have, you know. So this 18 is the crosslet 4. The 4 has a little crosslet versus the plain 4. This is an overdate. Again, like I said, brothers and sisters, I wish I could pick up on the overdate and the subtle nuances, but there's such dark coins that I can't capture that. So you have to take my word for it. And plus, it's my album, so I know everything's correct here. This is a very, very popular, sweet variety. An 1801. And I have the normal in here. And then we have the lettered. That's the small date in the other port, and this one is the large date. That's a neat variety that I had to get from Early Coppers, one of my favorite dealers last summer. Really wasn't in the market. I wasn't looking for the 9/8, but he had one, and it's a very, very well-known. So that's it with that. And look at these mintage figures real quick. See how disgustingly low these are. Look at this, man. There's no way, like, hello. It's just, where's the 1804? Everybody wants that one. 1804. 1811. One is another key. Okay. But these many are there in the million, a million and above, 2 million. The majority of them, 6 million, 5 million. Like I said, the small date, but among the two, the small date is a little bit more desirable than the large. But that is a very fairly low mintage as well, you know. And we'll go through my loose ones that I pulled from my 2x2 box, because these coins are part of my collection, but they just don't have any place in any of the Danscos. So I keep those beautiful coins in a USA box. Yeah, large cents are very, very close to my heart. I love my cat bus and seated, but I love my large cents and half cents. Maybe one day, this kid running this camera will be able to complete this album. This is more doable than some of the, like, the seated halves, you know what I mean? Or the first volume in the early halves from our country. Sorry, didn't mean to bump the camera. Didn't mean to give you all whiplash there for a second. Anyway, so that's it with this album. Make note of what yours truly needs, and if you find these, drop me a message. All right, brothers and sisters, let's do the loose ones that, like I said, I pulled from my 2x2 box. And some of these are dupes here in the album, but like I said, I'm a numismatist and I have problems. This is a poor, very, very, very low grade 1794 large. But it is a 1794. This one is also an early one. 1798, I believe, is what I'm picking up. But I have it noted in my database. Early large sense, huh? It's another 1798, another early one. Mintage a little bit north of 1.8 million. Cool coin, very, very nice. Think I'll keep her. And the 98, now like I mean, these are dupes, but still, they're so early in the series that it's, and the price that you pay, or that I paid for these, is so beyond fair. It's like, it's a screaming yes, I'll take it. And I had the cash with me, and I'm like, okay. I don't need them, but okay. This is a Sheldon variety. VG8. Actually a beautiful coin. That's a tight coin. Here's an 1803. That's a small date. With stems, large fraction. Love that. $18.07. Again, it has problems, but it's the 7/6 pointed one. Yeah, you see that one being pointed in that. Very nice sub variety. This is the matron head from the Liberty head. So there's sub within each sub. The matron head is part of the Liberty head subseries. $18.26 in VG. Yup. I recognize this handwriting. And because of the people that I bought this from, I kept it in the original flip because I think that handwriting looks pretty damn cool. And this is the small 8 in stars variety. We can do another in-depth video if you folks want me to explain, you know, the small 8, large 8. And all the different varieties that this beautiful series brings to us that makes, like I said, the hobby that much fun. That much more fun, you know. Almost done. Very fine 20. Yep, I'm sick in the head. I love my large cents. That's a Beautiful, nice larts. That's an XF, yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And I think this is the, yeah, I like cleaning way in the past, but overall, it is an XF. And this is the 1847 over 1847. Beautiful to have her. And then there's a large scent. Duh. I don't know why you wrote large scent. That day, I think I was half asleep. This I won from a giveaway from Lemonhead Penny. Cool. And the last one here, 1848. And my only slabbed one, third-party grade by NGC, 1837, VG8 brown. Didn't see the point on why you would get this one graded, but they did. That's why I only slabbed one. Don't have any proofs. And it would be nice, but maybe one day we'll do that. Anyway, that's what I got for you today. My name is Matty, brothers and sisters. Wanted to bring to you my large scents, discuss these with you, and leave me your thoughts, comment sections, what you think on the comment section below. I thank you for watching. Please take care of each other. Be kind to each other. And most importantly, may God bless you all. Bye-bye.